I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. My name is Bill Leary. I'm the founder of Wolfpack Theater Company and the director and adapter of tonight's show. A couple of people that I want to thank right off the bat. St. John Evangelical Lutheran Church has been absolutely fantastic in allowing us to utilize their beautiful space. Thank you very much. Part of tonight's proceeds will be going to St. John for the Bright Beginnings program, Bountiful Blessings program. And I'd also like to thank Community Crisis Services. They are one of the people that we have partnered with for this particular show. Community Crisis Services is a nonprofit agency located here in Prince George's County. A 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week, 365-day-a-year hotline that works with everything from suicide prevention. They run the homeless services, Warm Nights program, the homeless hotline, and places everybody into the various shelters. Part of tonight's proceeds will also be donated to the Warm Nights Hypothermia Shelter program. A couple of people that I want to point out that, because it is our last night, that we could not have done this show without. First of all, I'd like to thank my assistant director, Sarah Scott, my musical director, Lauren Giglio, my lighting designer, Stephen Weitzel, assistant music director, Robert Scott, our videographer and web designer, Paul Kirkpatrick, and Cindy Damon, who you saw out in the lobby. She has been invaluable. Sherry Ness, and a special shout out to Danielle Weitzel, who came in at the last minute to help us with tech after a family emergency forced our assistant lighting designer to have to bow out of the show. So just a huge round of applause. We are going to get started here in just a moment, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's final performance of Wolfpack Theater Company's A Christmas Carol. Please make sure you do take a program. Our next production will be Nonsense. So look us up on our website, www.wolfpacktheatercompany.com, for further information. All right? Thank you very much. Enjoy.
His only friend, if you wish to call him that, was an objectionable, disagreeable man named Ebenezer.
Ebenezer Scrooge, to be exact. An old-fashioned From God our Heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Their business thrived, however.
Indeed.
Yes, but at what cost?
Scrooge got it all when Marley died.
As if he needed it. I earned it.
Nothing left to charity.
Indeed not.
Nothing to their staff.
They earned enough.
Nothing to this church.
Waste of money.
As children, both Scrooge and Marley attended the church regularly with their parents, participating in the various activities available to them. At some point, they lost their way.
And when they came to Bethlehem, where our dear Savior lay, they found him in a manger where oxen feed on hay. His mother Mary kneeling down unto the Lord did pray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
They lost perspective, their humanity,
Their trust.
Their hope.
In truth, they lost their faith.
Humbug away with you all.
Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all others doth deface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Tim,
Hi, Mama.
what are you doing up here?
I was just saying thank you to God
What are you thanking him for?
for giving me another day and for keeping us together.
I see.
Each night before I go to sleep, I ask God to give me just one more day. But before I ask for one more, I make sure to thank Him for the one I've been given.
Each day is a gift to us, Tim. I have a secret to tell you.
What is it?
I do the same thing.
You do?
Yes, both your father and I do. I have another secret, Tim. Well, it was more of a surprise, really.
What is it, Mama?
Belle and I are going to make palm balls, and then the orange hot chocolate you love so much.
Really?
Really.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Belle was asking for you, Rachel.
Oh, of course. I'll go see her right now.
Mama, can I stay and talk to the pastor? Thank you, please. I'll be just a minute.
I'm sure the pastor is very busy, Tim.
Oh, no, please. I'd be happy to talk with such a bright young man. I'll send him to you when we're finished with our chat.
All right. Tim, don't keep the pastor long.
Okay, Mama.
So, what can I do for you, Tim?
I have a question about God. But I don't want to be rude.
Tim, questions about God never upset me.
Do you think God hears me? When I pray, I mean.
Of course he does, Tim. God hears all of our prayers.
I hope so.
Why do you ask?
Because I keep praying for the same thing. And God hasn't answered me yet.
Sometimes we have to listen very, very carefully to hear God's answer. Sometimes it's just a whisper, but it always comes.
Well, maybe. But I'm just not sure if I'm praying right.
Well, what is it you pray for?
My family. I don't want them to be sad anymore. I know I might not get better, and right now
Sometimes we need to feel sadness in order to understand joy.
Pastor, can I ask you one more question?
Of course.
When Jesus died, did Mary and Joseph feel sadness or joy? If they knew he was going to heaven, wouldn't they have been happy? If I died, I want my family to only feel joy, knowing I'm with Jesus.
Well, even when we feel close to God and we're sure of seeing a loved one again, we still mourn at their passing. It's not that we aren't happy there with God. We just wish we could still be with them. Does that make sense to you?
I guess. Pastor,
Yes.
I'm not brave. I'm not brave at all. But you are. You help everyone and help keep them safe. And I think you're the second best lady I know. After my mama.
All right, Tim, go find your mom, okay? Father, I know I ask a lot of you, but I need a Christmas miracle. God, I'm praying that you help the Cratchit family in whatever way is needed. Their young son, Tim, is very sick and needs medicine the family simply cannot afford it, or even beyond the means of this church. I'm not asking that you change your will, whatever that may be. But I am asking that you could show me a way to help them. God, I look at Tim, and I see a goodness, a purity of spirit that is so rare and wonderful in this world. I ask myself how such a selfless child can be in this world. And I remember that he's made in your image. So, Father, whatever your will is, thank you for bringing this wonderful child into our lives. What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? Angels greet with anthems sweet and shepherds wild.
I had no reason to come back.
But you're here now,
Yes, I am.
on Christmas Eve.
I'm aware of that. You don't need to point it out to me.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes, I am.
You're sure? Why are you here?
I felt summoned to come here tonight, and so I didn't stop to change my clothes.
I see.
You do?
Yes, you are in a hurry to join us.
I wouldn't put it quite like that. I was just lying in bed peacefully, and then suddenly I felt this compulsion to come to this church tonight. I don't know why.
Well, I'm glad you're here, regardless of the reason.
I find I had no reason to be here.
Well, does there need to be a reason?
I find in most things there does.
And in some, there does not. Sometimes we must allow faith and instinct to guide us.
Oh, humbug.
Bah humbug, Ebenezer.
Well, I have enough of my upbringing left to know not to swear at a church.
I appreciate it.
I haven't stepped foot here.
I know. However, that was long ago.
Not so long as to forget.
Won't give you the old cliche about time healing all wounds.
I should hope not.
I will, however, tell you that time can help smooth rough edges. Time cannot, however, perform miracles.
How is she?
She's fine. Belle still speaks of you often.
Pastor, if I shouldn't swear in church, you certainly shouldn't lie in it.
I think you remember I don't lie, Ebenezer. Belle has her memories of the time you spent together, and many of them are pleasant. She chooses not to focus on the negatives.
I'm not here to rehash old business. Your sister made her choices years ago, and I made mine.
You and my sister have always had more pride than sense. But I don't have time tonight to try to convince either of you that you should just sit down and talk to each other.
I didn't come here for a trip down memory lane.
I realize that, Ebenezer. The question then is why?
Why what?
Why are you here?
I wish I knew!
Well, maybe you could find the answer by joining us for our midnight services. They'll be beginning soon, and as this is our week for the Warm Nights program, we'll have a full house. You'd be welcome to join us, and I know Belle would be happy to see you.
And what exactly is Warm Nights?
It's a hypothermia shelter program for those who are homeless. Different congregations each take a week, and we make sure that they're warm and fed and comfortable as possible. And as this is our week, we're trying to make sure that everyone, especially the children, have a pleasant Christmas.
By pleasant Christmas, you mean games and toys, a fine meal, and gifts?
Yes, the children should have the same sense of joy and anticipation that other children have on this holy night. They need the opportunity to have hope and faith that their situation can change. Now, we take care of their spiritual needs, of course, but we also give them the opportunity to ask Santa for something, and then we attempt to provide it for them.
Oh, waste the church resources. They should be required to fend for themselves. It's just nothing but lazy layabouts.
No, they are not, Ebenezer. We work diligently to care for those in the shelter, to not only offer comfort and compassion, but to instill in them a sense of camaraderie. We believe that everyone deserves basic human kindnesses, and that people can change if needed. But not everyone in the shelter is in need of the changes that you are advocating.
My parents fought for the same causes. And what is all this compassion done? Hunger, homelessness, they're still rampant. Your little gestures of goodwill will do nothing to correct that.
We disagree on this point, Ebenezer. I believe, as both of our parents did, that we should help those most vulnerable. Your parents were wonderful people. Caring, honest, loyal. When my father was pastor of this church, he was so grateful for their friendship and amazed at their generosity both in money and spirit.
Their generosity was a burden on our company.
The gift of food and shelter is not a burden.
Just simply entitled people wanting others to support them. I tell you, it's just nothing but pure laziness.
Each family and every individual in the shelter has a unique story of their own. Some of them are facing physical and mental illness, others are fighting addiction, and some just are down on their luck and need a helping hand. For the most part, they're hard-working people who've simply hit a rough patch and need the chance to get back up on their feet. We pray for them, we take care of their needs, whatever they may be, and we do not judge. They're not a drain on society or this church.
Your opinion, Pastor, not mine.
Tell me, Ebenezer, where would we be if Mary and Joseph hadn't found shelter on that long ago night? I fear the world would be a far different place.
Oh, Bob. Go then, take those in the basement. Let them have that little nice things they want and the God of their own choosing. But me, I want nothing to do with it.
I think you would be surprised by those who are currently in the shelter, Ebenezer.
I have no need to know. I'm just going to warm myself here for a few moments, and then I'll be on my way.
As you wish. There's always a place for you here, Ebenezer, should you choose to accept it.
We have to find a way.
Yes, I agree.
I just don't know how.
I told Rachel she and her family were welcome to stay with us. It just feels it would be an imposition.
That's ridiculous. We have more than enough room.
I know.
It will help them get some of the treatment he needs.
And a sense of security for them both, as well as the other children.
Then what's the problem?
Pride.
Pride.
Yes, Edward, pride. Bob's already upset about the position they're in. And I think the fact that he works for your uncle may also play a part. Although I don't know why. We all know how that man is.
We can't change Uncle Ebenezer. We've been down that road before. I just don't understand the reasoning, Holly. Everyone needs help every now and then.
Edward, how would you feel if we were in that position?
I don't know.
Think about it for a minute. You're hardworking. You save and watch your pennies until you're able to purchase a home to start a family. You don't ask for anything from anyone. And you help out whenever and however you're able. For a couple of years, everything is going as planned. Until one day you get the news that your child is suddenly ill and you're not able to pay for the medications or the treatment and still keep up with the monthly expenses. You just continue to struggle. And you try to do everything to keep the wolf at the door, but the bills just keep mounting and your child can't get the treatment that they need until the last procedure's been paid for.
Look, I'll do anything in the world to keep my child safe, Holly. You know that.
I know that, Edward. But the Cratchits have done everything they can possibly do. They don't want to accept any more charity than they already have.
It's not charity to stay with us. They'll be welcome to stay as long as they need to.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I'll try to talk to Bob, see if I can talk some sense into him.
Edward, look, don't push them. The Cratchits, they need to maintain as much dignity as possible under these difficult conditions.
Okay.
So, what are we doing again?
We're going to make pomander balls and then orange hot chocolate.
What are pomander balls? And why would you add orange hot chocolate? It's delicious all by itself.
Pomander balls are a very old colonial holiday tradition, April. What you do is take an orange, or really any kind of fruit that's aromatic.
Aromatic?
That has a strong smell, one that's easily recognized.
We'll put closer to the oranges, and as they dry out, the smell will work like an air freshener.
My mother's always used oranges. She tried apples once. It didn't work out so well.
I used to keep one in my closet.
You will again, Hope.
Yes, at least I hope so.
So the first thing we do is find older oranges, ones no one will want to eat.
Then we'll take the cloves and push them into their eye. The outside. See, April? Like this.
And then what? Well, you take the orange wrap ribbon around it and tie it to a bow at the top. Can you show me?
Sure, you do it like this.
Any ribbon? Can I choose the one I like? Of course, April.
And then you hang them up.
Cool.
You can also give them to friends, family, and they don't cost a lot of money.
We often give them to the members of our congregation. They make wonderful Christmas gifts.
We'll keep their scent for a very long time, April, once they're dry. Tim has always loved this scent. I used to put them into his closet at home.
You will again, Rachel.
Sure you will. And once I get a home to call my own, I'll do the same. And even make some orange hot chocolate, if anyone tells me how.
Well, all you have to do is squeeze the orange on top of the whipped cream. As it melts, it gives a delicious, sweet, yummy flavor. You'll get a home, April, and you can make whatever type of banana balls or orange hot chocolate you want.
Yes, we are.
I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love, even more than I usually do.
And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you.
My dream for this Christmas is a place called home.
Somewhere safe and warm, a place that I can have a puppy.
I dream of that man I loved once so long ago. I dream of a place our own with family round the tree. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me.
Please have snow and mistletoe and presents around the tree.
I'll be home for Christmas. Just you wait and see.
I'll light the tree and sing with glee. I have presents for my puppy.
Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. If only in our dreams.
I wish I could figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here. I would appreciate the slightest sign. Even a little clue would be greatly appreciated. Nothing. Oh, that is great. Here I am in a church I haven't been in many years. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to pray? Am I supposed to refine the faith I lost so long ago? Faith seems so pointless and such a waste of time that it could be better spent making money. Oh. So here I am, alone, talking to myself. I probably should have my head checked after this holidays are over. There's nothing wrong with my head. This is just a dream, a nightmare, if you will. I think I'll just get ready to go back to bed.
Ebenezer!
Who's there?
Ebenezer Scrooge!
Yes, I know who I am. Show yourself or leave me be.
Has my voice become so unfamiliar to you? Have the years erased the inflection and tone, the cadence and timbre that inspired fear in those around us?
Marley, it can't be you.
Dead, Ebenezer! I am dead!
But if you are dead, I know you are dead. How are you here? What is it you want from me?
There is much to discuss.
I'll not discuss anything with the spirit of whoever you are.
Open your mind!
I will not. I'm going to close my eyes, and when I open them again, you will be gone.
I've come to prepare you, Ebenezer.
Prepare me for what?
A choice, Scrooge.
A choice?
Yes, a choice.
What kind of choice?
A choice of the soul.
I don't understand.
A choice of your fate.
Oh, stop talking in riddles.
The choice will be clear.
Well, would you mind filling me in on what this choice might be?
Penance and salvation.
Penance for what?
Or apathy and damnation.
Oh, you're speaking in riddles again.
The choice will be yours. Repent, Ebenezer, and save your soul.
Repent? I have nothing to repent. My conscience is clean.
Tonight, you will be visited by 3 spirits.
For what purpose?
You will journey with them, Ebenezer.
I will do no such thing. The only journey I will take is back to my bed.
That choice will not be yours.
Well, it should be. And what if I refuse?
Then your fate is sealed.
What would the spirit world want with me? I've lived an honest life. I have nothing to atone for. And there's nothing that ever...
Silence! Do you see these chains I wear, Ebenezer?
Oh, no.
These are the chains I forged in life. Your own were as heavy, as long, and as ponderous as mine when I died 7 years ago. You've been laboring upon yours since that time, Ebenezer Scrooge. Link upon link, and yard upon yard. The shackles you wear have no equal, unyielding and cumbersome though they may be. You have yet the opportunity to dispose of your burden. I was given this chance, Ebenezer. I did not abide by the teachings the spirits offered. I felt them beneath me, to all I believed and all I stood for. I felt myself above reproach, above the suffering of my fellow man and their petty grievances. Ignored that which was right in front of me. Choices, Ebenezer, choices have damned me to walk the earth with the load I now carry.
But Jacob, you are always a brilliant businessman.
Business? Mankind should have been my business. Charity, hope, compassion should all have been my business. My time grows short.
Who are these spirits? What lessons am I to learn?
You shall soon know, Ebenezer. Expect the first when the clock strikes midnight, and one each following on the hour. The time draws near.
And if I refuse?
Then you are damned!
Damned, Jacob?
Damned! Look upon me, Ebenezer, and see your fate.
I see, but...
Places and times will bend tonight, Ebenezer. Listen well to those who will appear before you.
But what about the congregation? Faithful though they be, I'm sure they wouldn't want spirits walking amongst them.
No one shall see the spirits with you, Ebenezer.
Well, couldn't they come all at once? You know, get it over with.
Silence! My time here is done. The hour of midnight is upon us. Listen well to those who appear before you. Repent, Ebenezer, and save your soul. Repent, Ebenezer, repent.
Jacob, come back. I'll change. I'll try. Here I am in a church, dressed in my pajamas, speaking to a man 7 years dead. How can this be? Huh.
Today was a perfectly ordinary day. I went to work. Bob Cratchit was working. I finished my job a couple hours after he left. I went to dinner. Huh. That must be it. I must have eaten something at dinner that caused these hallucinations that brought this thought into my mind. After all, Jacob did die 7 years ago this very night, and I was thinking of him just today. And as for this church, I did spend much time here in my youth. So now, I don't think any of this is real. See, I was right. No spirits. This is just a vibrant dream.
Your dreams were always vivid.
Mother!
Hello, Ebenezer.
Mother, you're the spirit, the first one that Jacob warned me of. I will not believe it.
Do I seem merely a figment of your imagination?
No.
Do you not believe your eyes?
My eyes were fine, at least I believed they were.
Then why do you doubt them?
Because none of this makes any sense.
In what way?
I'm a rational thinking man. I shouldn't be talking to spirits. In fact, I think I'm just going to close my eyes, and when I open them again, this time you will be born. I must be going mad. There's no other explanation.
Don't close your mind, Ebenezer.
Jacob said to open it. You tell me to not close it. So my mind must be the issue here. But I know you spirits, you these spirits, you need to coordinate your message. They seem rather confused and mixed to me.
You would be wise to heed there are more things in heaven and earth than meet the eyes.
Okay, I'll just play along with it. I mean, there's nothing else I can do till I wake up. You're much as I remember you. Vibrant, full of life.
I appear to you the way you wish to remember me.
But Jacob didn't appear that way.
Jacob was sent to warn you. He had to appear to you the way he is now, not the way you wish to remember him.
So you're aware of his fate.
I am.
And yet you did nothing to help him?
He's beyond any help I'm able to offer him, Ebenezer.
Are the fates so fickle, Mother, that some may find peace in death, while others are condemned as poor Jacob?
Death is but the beginning of a new chapter, Ebenezer. Mankind speaks of fate. However, true fate plays a very small role in our life, and not at all in our afterlife. Our actions in life are what dictate our transference into the next stage, and therefore dictate how it is spent. Our actions are what dictate our fate.
And heaven and hell?
A human conceptualization of the afterlife. You see, Ebenezer, God has given us the ability to make our own choices, and therefore our own heaven, or our own version of hell. Martha chose poorly.
And what of God? Can he not forgive?
Forgiveness must be earned, Ebenezer. Life is a gift from God. And when that gift has been contaminated, atonement must be made.
That's what Jacob said. I don't feel that I have anything to atone for.
You've disappointed me, Ebenezer.
How?
You've lost your way.
That's not true. I worked hard, made something of myself my business. I was honest and fair in my dealings with others.
Family and friends have been left behind.
No, I remember you, Father, and Sarah each and every day.
That may be, but we're not your only family. There's still one left that walks this earth, and he is not a part of your life.
You speak of Sarah's son.
Yes, your sister's son. Edward has reached out to you many times over the years. Again this year, he invited you to his home to join in his celebration.
A pity invitation only. He can ill afford this anyhow. Why would I want to go? I barely know the boy, and he barely knows me.
That fault lies with you. He's reached out to you, offered you family. It's always been your choice to refuse.
I offered him a job, and he chose not to accept it.
A small gesture, one made out of obligation to the memory of your sister.
I take my obligations seriously, Mother.
Well, that's an admirable trait. But family should not be an obligation. They're not a balance on a spreadsheet.
What lessons is it you mean to teach me, Mother?
The spirits are merely allowed to guide you, show you what has, is, or might be. Any lessons learned must come from within. Our journey begins now.
Where are we going?
A Christmas past.
Long past?
Yes, Ebenezer, long past. And our past.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding. Oh, bring us a figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer.
Welcome everyone. My, don't you all look marvelous. I knew those best would add a festive air. Now, please make yourselves at home. Refreshments are plenty. And there is a little something hung somewhere here in the office for each one of you. I do hope that you like mine and Martha's little gift to you. Children, come here, won't you? Why don't you all go out and look under the Christmas tree? I think there might have been something just a little bit special put under there by Santa for you.
Presents for us? Can we see them?
Only if you look. Away now, children.
One of Father's famous Christmas parties. Can they see you or me?
What you see are merely shadows of days gone by. They have no knowledge that you're here. They see me as the woman I was.
I was such a child.
You still knew joy in the season.
Why are you showing me, Mother, this?
Do you not wish to see your past?
No, I'm a child no longer. I've grown past such foolishness.
Happiness is not just for children, Ebenezer. Memories like this one are meant to bring comfort and serenity during dark times. Tell me, what is it you remember most?
I remember the smells in the kitchen of the cookies you were making. I remember the cinnamon, the apples, the nutmeg. I remember how every year you made a gingerbread house. Each year had a different theme. You'd spend hours planning it.
Yes, Sarah loved those.
Yeah, one year Father made a clay version of one of those, and she loved that more than anything. And she put it on her mantle on Thanksgiving, the place of honor. I think Edward has it now, doesn't he?
Yes, and treasures it as much as she did.
And I remember the day after Thanksgiving, we'd go out and buy a Christmas tree. Sarah and I always thought that the bigger the tree, the more presents would go under it. So we wanted to get the biggest tree possible. Then after we decorated the tree, I remember going downtown to see the window display. We'd take the train. Father would arrange a horse-drawn carriage to meet us at the station. If I close my eyes, I can still hear that clip-clop, clip-clop of the horses. I think I hear it.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand, just hold your hand. We're riding along, song and free fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather with a beat. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop. At the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, pop, pop. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy. When they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, it'll really be like a picture print by Leary and Ice. These wonderful things are things to remember all through our lives. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Yoo-hoo! Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Oh yes, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
I remember as Christmas approached, Sarah would watch the weather, praying for snow.
Her prayers usually worked.
She said the only thing sweeter than your cookies was the taste of new fallen snow. She'd dance around in a circle, trying to catch the snowflakes on her tongue.
You love your sister, Ebenezer. There's no shame in it.
Mother,
Yes?
is she,
Your sister is at peace, Ebenezer. Her joy in this world has carried her well into the next.
thank God.
Perhaps there's faith in you yet. Watch, listen, learn. Gather round, everyone. It's time for Andrew and I's gift to you. We've decided to bring all of our managers in a little bit early before the rest of the staff arrives. Now don't worry, everyone will be getting a bonus. But you guys have made all the difference in our endeavors this past year, and we thought you deserved a little something extra. Andrew?
Well, yes. Yes, well done. Well done, everyone. Now, Martha, would you like to continue the honors?
Of course. As you all know, Andrew and I started a foundation a number of years ago to help those less fortunate. We've been lucky enough to receive financial and planning advice from Ebenezer and Sarah's friend, Robert Cratchit. Robert's the proud father of a newborn they chose to simply call Bob. Aww. Perhaps one day he'll join our firm. Robert's the one that's made it possible for us to help when we can, while still maintaining the integrity of our initial investment. Andrew?
All right. Yes. Yes, tonight is truly a night for celebration. For not only is it Christmas Eve, but we have also found out tonight that our foundation has become self-sustaining. So, let's all raise a glass, shall we, to those who are ill or less fortunate. Those who we are trying to help find a brighter tomorrow. For that is what the Scrooge Family Foundation is all about.
Hear, hear. A foolish dream. A waste of money.
You would call your father foolish, Ebenezer? You're speaking of the man who loved, cared, cried, and worried for you. Who are you to speak of a benevolent, giving man that way?
Father was a man of dreams and aspirations. He wanted to save the world. I never doubted his nor your love for me. But still, it always seemed to be a waste of money.
There's more to life than money, Ebenezer. And you and your sister never wanted for anything. The money that went into that foundation in no way affected our family.
I know that, but...
Go on.
No matter how hard I worked on the business, how much money it made, Father saved the majority of his praise for Robert.
Your father was proud of you, Ebenezer, but he was also proud of the work the foundation was doing. And Robert was helping him meet those goals. His vision was more aligned with what your father thought was necessary.
And when Father no longer needed the money in the business, Robert became the favored one.
He never meant for you to feel that way.
Why did? And then when Sarah got sick, all the foundation's money, all the research, save her, could they? The cancer ate at her bit by bit until she was just but a small form of herself. Father couldn't save the world, and he couldn't save Sarah.
And your father's to blame? Or Robert?
Who's to say? I just know it was a waste of money.
What if those the foundation helped? What if all those who benefited from the research the foundation was doing? Your father would have died to protect the two of you, Ebenezer. He couldn't save Sarah. For you, profit and loss has driven your entire life. You possess many material things, my son. But at what cost to your soul?
The chains. Jacob showed me the chains.
Can you feel the weight of them?
Mother, take me away from here.
Come then, let's see another Christmas.
Well, my friends, another year has come and gone, and another Christmas is upon us. We must remember the blessings that we've been given. As you know, it's been a difficult year for our family, with Sarah being called home. But your love, your loyalty, your unwavering support and your prayers helped us get through those darkest days. But now the time has come for me to step down as head of the company. As of January 2nd, my son, Ebenezer, will be taking over. One of his first acts will be a merger between Scrooge Enterprises and Marley Holdings Limited. Ebenezer and Jacob feel that merging the two companies will allow us to move forward in ways that we couldn't as independent entities. I've given my consent. So, for one last time, here's wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
I did remember Father being so sad that Christmas.
He felt he'd lost everything. Sarah, the business, you'd changed. You'd become hard and bitter. You were no longer the son he knew.
He told me he wanted to retire.
He retired so you could step into his position. He knew that's what you wanted, and he didn't want to stand in your way.
Yeah, you.
Yes, but I couldn't fill the void that losing his two children and his company had left. He loved me, yes, but he needed a challenge and excitement. He no longer had that. That's when he became more involved in the day-to-day business of the foundation. Until
I did what I thought was best.
do you remember the following Christmas?
Father's final Christmas.
Do you hate me so much, Ebenezer, that you must do this?
Of course I don't hate you, Father. The closing of the foundation has nothing to do with you. It's simply business.
You're taking away my legacy.
Closing the foundation will not diminish your legacy. The business will attest for all you've created.
Ebenezer, mankind is judged by that which he has done for others, not that which he has done for himself.
You can't possibly believe that, Father.
I do indeed.
Then you're a fool.
Where did we go wrong?
Excuse me?
Your mother and I. We raised you to be compassionate, to care about others.
My loyalty is to myself.
Then you're the fool, Ebenezer. Your money won't bring you the joy that you seem to think it will.
Money provides security. That makes me happy, Father.
You're doing this because of Sarah.
No, she's not the reason.
Then why?
I do not share your indulgence of charity.
Tell me.
Closing the foundation, using those assets. We can sell off what's profitable, break up what isn't. Not only increase our portfolio, but increase our profitability.
And that's what it always comes down to with you, isn't it? Just profitability.
That's all business should ever be about.
Tell me, Ebenezer, what's become of those who are trying to help do the foundation? What about the shelters that have been built so that those who are cold may be warmed, those who are hungry may be fed?
That's not my concern.
What about the programs to help ex-offenders get back on their feet, to lead successful and productive lives? What's to become of them?
The shelters in prisons are still open, are they not? I believe those you speak of still know how to get in. They provide 3 meals and a warm bed. Perhaps those you champion can find security and warmth within their walls.
And what about those? What about the medical research that hasn't yet been completed, Ebenezer? Many of those that you're speaking of have no other options, no other avenues available to them, and they may die without our assistance.
Then perhaps they should do so and decrease the world's overpopulation.
You can't mean that.
I do indeed, Father. I do not share your belief in and love of mankind. My tax dollars help support liberal causes that I find ridiculous. The money they get is more than enough, and all the contribution they'll be getting from me.
All right. There is one favor I need on you.
Whatever, what is it?
I need you to promise me that you will find a way to keep Robert on staff, and that if his son Bob ever needs a job, that he will have one. If you care for me at all, Ebenezer, you'll give me your word.
Oh, all right. It's a small enough favor after all. You have my word.
His heart broke at your words. The loss of the foundation was more than he could bear. He died soon thereafter.
I only wanted.
Greed is a powerful force. It can blind you to that which is real, that which is honest.
Money is real.
Money is but a temporary solution to an earthly problem. Remember, the concept of money is a man-made ideal. The only assets we carry into the next life are that which are God-given. Faith, hope, love.
So the road to hell, blah,
Is
blah.
paved with good intentions. Bob Cratchit is still in your employ.
I kept my pledge. His father worked until his retirement. Bob working for me now.
Yes, but tell me, do you know the challenges his family has faced?
I have no need to know. He's only an employee.
There's much our families share.
I can't imagine what that would be.
You will. Come on, to Christmas last.
You need to talk to him, Bob.
I can't, Rachel, you know that.
He might understand. He lost his sister after all.
It doesn't matter. Can't you see that? Ebenezer Scrooge has no sympathy or compassion for anyone. Least of all me.
You're not your father. How can he blame you for something that happened so many years ago?
I don't know.
And our son has to suffer because of it.
I'd change it if I could, Rachel. You know that. But going to Scrooge isn't going to help Tim.
You could leave, find something else.
And go where? No other company's going to insure Tim. Not with the way things are now.
Then I'll find another job. One that won't be
That
so...
wouldn't change the fact that Tim has a pre-existing condition. Any insurance you might be able to get wouldn't cover the expenses.
You won't be able to stay in the house until Christmas.
The bank is willing to pay us a small amount, as long as we're out by the end of the week. The money we get will help pay for Tim's doctor bills, but that's about it.
We can get him a winter coat at the thrift store. Even with everything, he's still growing.
You need one too.
We can't afford it. Every penny we can scrape together needs to go to Tim's care.
We can't afford for you to get sick.
Or you. I've been thinking after the house is gone, I don't know if I'll be able to keep my job. We'll be scrambling just to find a place to stay and won't be able to afford a sitter.
I know.
I mean, it's difficult enough now with you working days and me nights. We've been fortunate enough to be at home and have made it work, but not knowing where I'll be means we won't know how long it'll take for you to get there from your job, and I won't be able to catch the bus. Public transportation won't always be an option.
But that'll mean less money.
Yes, but right now it's the right thing to do. We've already lost everything we've worked so hard for. We were putting the little bit of money I was bringing in towards Tim's treatments, and even that isn't enough. Doctors keep demanding their pound of flesh from us, and I just don't know how much more I can take. We've already lost our home. Now it seems we'll lose our dignity. How much more are we to lose?
We'll figure it out, Rachel.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break down that way.
We have to stick together now. But you're right. It makes more sense for me to keep my job, for you to stay at home with Tim.
When we're at the hospital, he calls out for you when he's having treatment.
And for you when he has a nightmare.
I don't know if I can handle this.
Yes, you can, Rachel. You have to.
I'm scared, Bob. I'm more scared than I've ever been in my entire life.
I am too.
He never came to me to tell me he had problems. What's going on here?
You will understand in time. Come, I have one last Christmas to show you.
Belle, wait, Belle!
I can't, Ebenezer. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So that's it? You're walking out on our wedding?
I have to. Can't you see this is killing me inside, Ebenezer? I'm doing this to save the both of us.
I do not need saving, Belle. I expected you to hold up your end of the bargain when we entered into this agreement.
And I'm doing this to save myself. Can't you see the indifference in you is killing me, Ebenezer? A marriage is a merger of two people who are in love. Two hearts, but this is just a business arrangement to you, isn't it?
I'm fond of you, Belle, but it seems your tears are misplaced and inappropriate under the circumstances.
My tears remind me to use as I choose, Ebenezer. Being the one who walked away doesn't make this any less painful.
And yet you are.
I have to. It isn't me who won Ebenezer. I really serve as a purpose in your life. Something else you can just show off. I'm not a possession, Ebenezer. I want someone who loves me and puts me and any children that we may have together first, above anything else.
You knew where my passions lay when we began dating. You knew how important my business was to me, just as this church is to you. I never lied to you.
I did. You're right. And I thought foolishly that you would change. That I would be what you needed and the business becomes secondary to what we had. Do you remember when we were children, Ebenezer? Sarah and I would tag after you like puppies. She wanted to be with her big brother, and I wanted to be wherever it is you were.
And now you don't.
On the contrary, Ebenezer, I want to be with you more than ever. I was hoping today that I would see the love for me shining in your eyes, but I don't. Today would have just been one more signed contract to you. I can't be an afterthought in your life anymore, Ebenezer. I deserve better than that. I used to think that you'd reach whatever height you had dreamt of and find your way back down to me, and we would live the life that I dreamt for us. I realize that now it's not meant to be. It's better to walk away than to continue as we all grow to hate each other.
Belle, wait! If you walk out now, I want you to understand, there's no coming back.
I do. Goodbye, Ebenezer. Merry Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas
start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Decorations of red on our green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when those blue memories start hurting, you'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. But I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
It was to be the Christmas Eve wedding of her dreams. Even with this memory, she could still find hope, still find joy in the season.
Mother, I can't bear it any longer. Take me away from here.
My time here is almost done. I'm only going to stay long enough that you can begin the next stage of your journey.
Will I see you again, Mother?
Choices have consequences, my son. Choose wisely and we shall be reunited. Choose poorly and we shall never gaze upon each other's face again. I think I hear the sound of your next host.
Ladies and gentlemen, there'll be a 15-minute intermission. There are snacks and sodas for sale in the middle lobby.
There they are, my beautiful wife and my handsome son.
Father.
In the flesh,
What's your spirit?
merely a figure of speech, my boy. Now, tell me, I trust that your journey has been, oh, shall we say, illuminating? Yes, I do believe that's the right word. Tell me, Martha, was our boy moved by the spirit of past Christmases?
His feelings are his own to discuss with you, Andrew, if he chooses to do so.
Yes. Yes, you were only to show him that which has been, weren't you? Oh, but how I wish I could have relived those glorious days, if just for one moment. Tell me, Martha, was I as handsome as I remember? Lie if you must. I'm sure the good Lord will understand just a small one to soothe this old spirit's ego.
You were magnificent, my love. My time here has come to an end. Heed your father, Ebenezer. I'll see you soon.
Goodbye, my love.
Goodbye, Mother.
Remember, Ebenezer, that choice is yours.
What is it you're going to show me, Father?
Children! Come here, won't you? Come, children.
Whose children are these? I feel as if I should know them.
These, Ebenezer, are the children that you and Belle might have had different choices been made.
They have Belle's eyes.
They do indeed.
And do the children have names?
The girl is named Regret, so named for that which encompasses Belle's soul.
And the boy?
Indifference.
That's not right. Belle would never be indifferent to a child.
So named for your soul, Ebenezer, not for hers.
But not That's a cruel father to be indifferent to a child.
Well, if they are going to die, they had better do it then and decrease the world's overpopulation.
I wasn't speaking of hopeless children.
Away, children. Greed, Ebenezer. Greed blinds us to facts. Watch and listen.
There's a man standing on the corner with a sign saying the word for food. You know the man, you see him every morning when you never give your money to. You can sit there with your window rolled up, wondering when the light's gonna turn green. Never imagine what a couple more bucks in his pocket might mean. Well, what if he's an angel sent from heaven and he's making certain that you're doing your best to take the time and help one another? Brother, are you gonna pass that test? You can go on with your day-to-day and try to forget what you saw on his face, knowing deep down you could have been his saving grace. What if he's an angel? There's a man and there's a woman who's right above you in apartment G. There's a lot of noises coming through the ceiling and it don't sound like home. You can sit there with your TV turned up while the words in his anger flies. But come tomorrow when you see him with the shades on, can you look her in the eye? Well, what if she's an angel sent you from heaven and she's making certain that you're doing your best to take the time to help one another? Brother, are you gonna pass that test? You can go on with your day-to-day and try to forget what you saw on her face, knowing deep down you could have been her saving grace. What if she's an angel? Little boy on daddy's lap, hiding his disease with a baseball cap. You can turn the channel, most people do. What if you were sitting in his daddy's shoes? What if he's an angel sent from heaven and he's making certain that you're doing your best to take the time and help one another? Brother, are you gonna pass that test? You can go on with your day-to-day and try to forget what you saw on his face, knowing deep down you could have been his saving grace. What if he's an angel?
Father, did the closing the foundation cause any children to die?
No, Ebenezer, not directly. That is not your cross to bear. However, we don't know if even one may have been helped. Tell me, Ebenezer, do you recognize this man?
Certainly, I may not see my nephew very often, but I do recognize him.
My handsome grandson.
You and mother have been great parents.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ebenezer. Tell me, do you blame the boy for your sister's death?
Of course not.
She chose to end treatment when she found out she was pregnant. Blaming the boy would have been an easy choice, Ebenezer.
She knew what she was doing. She made her own decisions.
And yet you chose to walk away.
That's not true. She told me she didn't need me.
Pride got in her way, Ebenezer. She was a young widow, alone and scared. Did you really believe that she didn't need family?
I met my responsibilities to her.
Yes, financially. But not emotionally.
I didn't know how to.
You didn't look, Ebenezer. You didn't see.
I didn't know.
She asked Belle to raise the child after her death. Did you believe that she should have asked you?
The most one could hope for is the child be well raised. That has been the case here. He seems to be comfortable in this church, and Belle and he have a special bond. One cannot hope for more than that.
Yes, but by your choices, Ebenezer. You gave up one of the greatest joys there is, that of raising a child. However, you are right. He isn't home in this church.
He prays as I used to.
Yes. He has a strong faith, quiet in his convictions.
What is he praying for?
His family.
Am I included?
Watch, Ebenezer. Watch and see.
Maybe this year God will answer my prayers.
Maybe.
You don't believe He will?
For your sake, I do. And for Belle's.
I have to believe, Holly. He's the only blood relative I have left.
He's done nothing but ignore you. How many times have we tried to invite him for one occasion or another? How many times have you tried to invite him over for dinner? How many holidays have we tried to include him in?
My mother will want me to keep trying.
Your mother is the one who asked Belle to raise you.
I know that. But I also know how close she and my uncle were at one time.
Yeah, they were. But Edward, Ebenezer has done nothing. He's never shown any interest in getting to know you, or us for that matter. Look, I don't want to see you continue to get hurt. He isn't worth it.
I want that connection, Holly. That connection to my family.
You have family, Edward. I'm here, aren't I?
I mean the family I was born into, Holly.
Look, Belle has loved you. She's cared for you. She's raised you to be the man you are today. She's more family, blood or not, birth or not, than Ebenezer Scrooge has ever been, or may ever be.
She still loves him. To this day, Belle still has feelings for Uncle Ebenezer, even after everything that's happened.
Only God himself knows why.
There must be something there, Holly. Something we don't see. Some good in him that Belle clings to. Look, if there's a chance for that, if there's a chance for me to keep my family together, I have to keep trying. All I know is Belle would not have held on to her hopes and dreams if she didn't feel that there was and still is good in it.
And if that's true, then it must be buried very deeply. Lord knows that man's faults are legendary.
Even with my faults, you still love me.
And again, only God himself knows why. Albert, I just want to see you happy. And if your uncle changing will help that, then I guess I can say a prayer to try to make things happen. I just don't want to see you disappointed again.
Faith and hope, Holly. That's all we can count on.
And tonight I'll test my faith. I'll say a prayer that someday, somehow your uncle will find his way to us and to Belle.
Thank you.
Look, dinner should be served soon, and we're in kitchen duty. Seems I got a lot of praying to do. You're on kitchen duty tonight.
Okay.
There's Belle. She's beautiful.
Yes, she is. But her true beauty comes from within.
She's up here by herself.
She is. She's come to pray in her own special way. What is it that you wish for, Ebenezer?
I wish I could talk to her to try to make amends for all the harm I've caused.
Well, no time like the present, as I always say.
But I thought we couldn't be seen or heard.
In this case, Ebenezer, I'm allowed to make a small exception. Your time with her is limited. Speak your heart.
Belle?
Ebenezer? You startled me. I didn't think anyone was up here at this hour. Why are you here, Ebenezer?
I honestly don't know.
I'm sorry?
It seems I was summoned.
Summoned? By whom?
By my parents, by Jacob Marley, and a presence I've yet to see.
I don't understand.
I don't either. In fact, I'm not even sure it's just in my head. There's something I need to ask you, Belle. When you agreed to raise Edward, why'd you do that? If you hadn't agreed, you would come to live with me.
Sarah could see the changes happening in you, Ebenezer. It was her wish to see him raised by someone who... She didn't want him to become bitter and cold.
As she must have thought I was. Well, you did a fine job, Belle. I'm sure my sister would be proud of the man he's become.
Your sister loved you, Ebenezer, but felt her son would be better served by someone who could devote more time to him, more love to him.
She was a wise woman. Belle, you've never had children or marriage of your own?
No, I haven't.
So I'm sorry for everything.
You hurt me, Ebenezer.
It was difficult for both of us.
I see you in Edward sometimes. The way he turns his head and his laugh, but not in temperament. Edward loves freely, no restrictions, no conditions. Not all families are forged by blood, others by choice, and that is enough.
I owe you an apology, Belle, for everything.
Our wants and needs were incompatible, and for that I'm truly sorry.
And now there's only regret and indifference.
Regret, yes, but never indifference. Not then, and not now.
No, Belle, the indifference was not yours, it was mine and mine alone. Indifference to all mankind. I just spent all of my time making money, acquiring property. I didn't stop to look. I didn't stop to listen to the beautiful creature standing there in front of me.
Forgive me for asking, Ebenezer, but have you been drinking?
I wish I had, then this whole evening would have made sense.
Well, I'm expected downstairs. You're free to join us. I'm sure everyone would welcome you.
Oh, no, I'm not the fool to believe that.
Then perhaps stay for midnight service.
We'll see. Let's leave that to fate. Belle, before you go, there's something I want to tell you. The place where I live has never been a home. It's been simply a house, an investment. The only home I've ever known is when I was there with you.
I pray for you, Ebenezer. I hope you know that.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, so wild and sweet, the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. I thought how the day would come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bow my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then peal the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail. Of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolves from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Drove her away, Father. I didn't see that then.
Belle has loved you since you were children, Ebenezer. Her heart has never strayed. Come.
We made our choices long ago.
Yes, Ebenezer, you made made your choices long ago. However, choices, while they cannot be changed, may be rectified.
Perhaps.
Tell me, Ebenezer, do you feel that you're a fair person?
Of course, why would you ask that?
Because of them.
Why, that's Bob Cratchit, his wife and his family.
Yes.
I heard Rachel, the mother, say they had lost their home and the boy being sick.
Yes.
They're here in the shelter, aren't they?
Yes, Ebenezer.
What are they doing here? He has a salary.
Things are not always as they appear to be. They're here seeking comfort and warmth.
I know this is scary, but are we ever going to get to go home? Oh, you know we can't right now. But someday we'll live in a big, beautiful house. I can feel it. Will you sing to us? Please? Of course. What would you like to hear? Could me and Tim hear the one about the boy and his drum? Come, they told me, pa-rum-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pum-pum, when we come. Little baby, pa-rum-pum-pum, I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pum-pum. I have no gift to bring, pa-rum-pum-pum, that's fit to give our king, pa-rum-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum. Shall I play for you, pa-rum-pum-pum, on my drum? Mary nodded, pa-rum-pum-pum, the ox and lamb kept time, pa-rum-pum-pum. I played my drum for him, pa-rum-pum-pum. I played my best for him, pa-rum-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum, rum-a-pum-pum. Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pum-pum, me and my drum.
Hey everyone, I hope you make yourselves comfortable. Dinner will be ready soon, and then the service will be starting after that.
Thank you, Pastor. You have all been so kind and generous to us this week.
Oh, it's our pleasure. If there's anything else you need, please let us know.
We're fine, thank you.
What about you, Tim? Is there anything we can get for you?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Charlotte, why don't you go check on dinner? I'll make sure everything is okay up here.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Rachel, how are you about holding up? I know this is tough for you.
Barely hanging on. I keep hoping I'll wake up from this nightmare and find myself back home in my own bed, with the sound of Tim, Pop, and the girls laughing downstairs. But then I wake up on a cot in an unfamiliar place, and the realization of how sick my son is washes over me again before I can even get my feet on the floor. And all I can do is try and figure out how to get through the day.
So sorry.
Sometimes I just want to run away as fast as I can, but I know I can't. Would you like to hear something funny?
Of course.
Do you know the song Hard Candy Christmas?
It's been a while, but yes, I remember it.
I keep hearing it in my head. Sometimes I'll find myself singing the first verse out loud without realizing it. It helps me get through. Hey, maybe I'll dye my hair
I'll gain some way. Maybe I'll clear my job.
Maybe I'll just get drunk on apple wine.
Me, I'll be just fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. I'm barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down.
Hey, maybe I'll learn to sew.
Maybe I'll just like maybe I'll hit the bar. Maybe I'll count the stars until the dawn. Me, I will go on.
Maybe I'll settle down.
Maybe I'll just leave town.
Maybe we'll have some fun.
Maybe I'll meet someone and make him mine.
We will be just fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. We're barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down. Sorrow bring me way down.
How are you feeling, Tim?
I'm all right, Daddy. Stop worrying.
It's a father's job to worry. You'll let me know if you get tired.
I will. This is my favorite church we stayed in.
Really? Why is that?
Everyone's really nice. And the food is good. But I like the church itself. I feel comfortable here, Daddy, and not scared.
Are you scared, Tim?
Sometimes I am. I'm scared for you, and Mom, and Joy, and Hope, and for the rest of the people here. And for me. Do you ever feel afraid?
All the time.
I know we're here because of me.
Tim, what makes you say that?
Me getting sick. It made us lose the house. I heard you and Mom talking about it. How you couldn't afford to make the payments anymore. I'm sorry I got sick, Daddy.
Tim, never ever think for a minute that your mother and I wouldn't do everything in our power to make sure you're okay. We give up everything to keep you safe. Look at me, Tim. It's not your fault you got sick. And it's not your fault medicines are expensive.
Tonight is Christmas Eve.
I know.
I feel God here, Daddy. He's protecting us.
Really? You think so?
I know it, Daddy. I feel like he's watching over us. And that we'll be okay. God will bless us. Everyone. The service will be starting soon.
Yes. Yes, it will be.
What's wrong with the boy?
He suffers from the same cancer that our Sarah had.
So he's going to die?
Not necessarily, no. Treatment has come far since our Sarah's time. However, the boy may yet live if the family can find a way to continue to afford medication.
What about the insurance? I pay those vultures a pretty penny every month.
The insurance doesn't cover the cost of it, Easter. Not by half. It appears that the service will be ending soon.
But how can that be? We've just been talking a moment and it had not begun.
Well, time is more fluid than you know, Ebenezer. A moment in the spirit world can be a lifetime in the human one. It appears that our young Tim will be speaking soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. Sometimes our faith can be tested in ways we don't understand. We're given hardships and challenges that may seem insurmountable. We rage at God, asking Him, why me? Or why us? And sometimes it seems that He isn't listening. Then, in an unlikely moment, we can see that faith is pure and unquestioning. I learned this tonight from my son Tim, who helped me to see that God is listening. Because of his bravery and unfailing hope, and no matter what he's been through, he's shown me that God takes care of those who trust in Him, and that we'll find our way to the light. Tim has asked if he could sing a song for us this evening, and I hope that's okay. Tim, if you're ready.
Thanks, Daddy. Earlier tonight, my dad and me were talking about being scared. And I told him that I am sometimes. But then I thought that Joseph and Mary must have been scared
My time, Ebenezer, is over.
So I'm now to see what might yet be.
You're in my heart. Goodbye, my son.
Father! Father, come back. Teach me what you will. I'll change. I'll try to change. Father! You're the spirit of what might be. I've seen my past spirit. I've seen my mistakes. I've seen the present spirit, and I've seen those struggling in ways I have not known. I saw a young boy struggling to keep his faith of saving his life. I've seen my past, my present, and you're now to show me what yet might be. Spirit, I fear you more than anything or anyone. I'm not a man who easily can change, but I know I must if I'm to change my future. But still, your presence chills me still.
Dear friends, we've gathered here today to lay to rest Ebenezer Scrooge.
He couldn't change no matter how hard I prayed for his soul, no matter what I did. Last year I thought maybe, just maybe, but nothing could get through him.
A man of business, many of you knew him through his various enterprises.
Good riddance, if you ask me.
Rachel.
Ebenezer was a thrifty man, a man who valued hard work and lived frugally.
You did everything you could possibly do, Edward. He didn't deserve your love. I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but he was a nasty, soulless, and vindictive man, and the world would be a better place without him.
I hope he's as miserable in death as he was in life.
He was not a man with many friends, choosing instead to keep his thoughts and feelings to himself.
God will see to his punishment.
While many of you have come here today with mixed emotions,
The deepest pit of hell is too good for that man.
we must remember to hold on to faith and not allow our feelings to cloud our judgment.
Enough. This bitterness and hate is unnecessary.
Many were employed by his company, allowing them to support themselves and their families.
I know he was a horrible man, uncaring and selfish, but he was my uncle, the man that at one time my mother loved very much. I know I shouldn't care that he's gone, but I do. He was my family, my blood. And now I'll never get a chance to get to know him.
We must also remember that there are those who loved this man, who held on to memories of a happier and simpler time.
They're right, Edward. He didn't deserve you, and he didn't deserve me. What good came of his life?
We are all molded by our experiences, and Ebenezer was not an exception.
I saw your tears, Belle.
Tears for time lost, Edward, not for him. I've cried oceans of tears over Ebenezer Scrooge, and I'll cry no more. I once loved that man with all of my heart, but he could never change.
The untimely death of his sister and loss of his parents had a profound effect on his young soul.
Then I'll shed no tears for you or for him. He may have died alone and miserable, but that choice was his.
And so, as we lay his body to rest, let us remember, judge not lest ye be judged.
Edward said last Christmas, is my death so imminent, spirit?
Goodbye, Ebenezer, and may you find peace.
Spirit, why show me this if the future cannot be changed? My mother, the spirit of her who came first, said my choices could determine the future. I've seen those who are past. I've heard the words of those who are present. And now what you're showing me are the words I would hear if I do not change my ways, my outlook, and my life.
Hold on, the people, winter of life, we tremble in shadows, this cold endless night. Frozen in the snow, lie roses sleeping. Flowers that will echo the sunrise. Fire of hope is our only warmth. Weary, this flame will be dying soon. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Oh no, not the child. I didn't know my choices would lead to this. The child should not have to die because of me. Take me if you must, but spare that beautiful child. And if I'm to live, I will help the boy and his family. And that choice is mine, and mine alone, is it not? If so, the choices I make can determine the future. So the future is not written as was the past. By your leaving, you're telling me that what I say is true. The future can be changed. But how? What do I do to avoid the fate of poor Jacob Marley? I must take care of Bob and his family. I must somehow find a way to work my way back to Belle, convince her I'm a decent man after all. I wonder what day it is. Father said time was fluid in his world.
I've been gone longer than I think. Hey there, do you know what day it is?
Of course I know what day it is.
Well, tell me then, what day is it?
Why don't you already know?
I've been away.
It's Christmas Eve, not quite midnight.
Christmas Eve, not quite midnight. Oh, great.
Are you new here?
Beg your pardon?
I haven't seen you before, and you're in your pajamas, so I thought you were coming into the shelter.
Oh, I'm not here for that.
Then what?
Oh, I can't really explain it.
Well, you're not Santa, I know that.
Why, are you waiting for him?
Yeah, my mom told me I need to get downstairs and go to sleep, so Santa can come. I don't think he's gonna find us here, though. I wrote him a letter telling me, I wrote him a letter telling him we were in a shelter, but I don't think he knows which one. I mean, we change every week, so how could he, right?
Well, maybe your mother knows something you don't know. You should listen to her.
I don't think so, but I'll try.
What a delightful child. Santa may be closer than he thinks.
Ebenezer, you're still here?
Well, I must speak to you. I must speak to you at once. And Edward and Holly.
You're on your way up. Are you all right?
Oh, I've never been better. Never been better. Edward. Holly. Lord.
Remember, Ebenezer, this is a holy night.
Uncle.
What is it, Ebenezer?
I suppose you're still planning to go ahead with this blasted celebration tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
One which I doubt you can afford.
Our finances are not your concern, Ebenezer.
Well managed, Uncle. We always have.
I won't stand for it. No, sirree, I won't. So I insist that you let me pay for all the expenses and anything else you might need.
Excuse me?
That's not necessary, Uncle.
There are conditions, my dear girl. Conditions.
Conditions?
Yes. First, I insist that you let me play in all the games, sing in all the songs, and what is it you call making merry. Oh, and Belle will be there. Will you be there, Belle?
Yes, we'll be there.
And you, Pastor, will you be there?
Yes, we're bringing the Warden Knight's guests at Holly and Edward's request.
That's great. They can share in some Christmas merriment with us.
Us?
Yes, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I need to know one thing, though. Is there a store open this late at night?
What? Why?
A store that has blankets and food, lots of turkeys and all the trimmings and the biggest Christmas tree possible. Is there such a store?
The mega store outside of town, but what on earth has gotten into you, Ebenezer?
But how are we going to cook all the food? I mean, we can cook some at my place and some at Leary.
Ebenezer, it's a very generous offer, but we have everything we need.
I insist.
All right, well, we have more than enough room to cook anything you'd like here, and we also have vans that we can use to transport it.
And you're always welcome at our home, Uncle. You know that.
This is a Christmas
Oh,
miracle.
thank you. Oh, now, I want to swear here, Reverend, you and the pastor, Belle, I love you. I've loved you always. I've been bullheaded, I'll admit that. And I hope that you can forgive me and somehow we could rekindle our relationship.
If you mean it, then this is indeed a Christmas miracle.
And indeed I do. But first, I want to make sure that all the people in the shelter, especially the kids, have the best Christmas possible.
Perhaps you're not as hard-headed as I thought.
And let's go. It seems we have some shopping to do.
We do.
Come on,
Hark the herald angels
Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
From that day forward, Ebenezer was better than his word.
He and Belle purchased the promised gifts, clothing, and food.
Making sure that the residents of the shelter were able to have a very Merry Christmas.
He was as good a man, as good a friend, and as good a husband as any who encountered him soon came to know.
Edward soon joined the company, heading up Green New Estate, Scrooge Family Foundation.
It was government funding of the arts.
Bob Cratchit was promoted to vice president.
And many of the clients and overnights were able to find employment through his company.
And as for young Tim, who did not die, Ebenezer became his guardian angel.
Finding in pain for the best medical care available.
And so, as young Tim once observed,
God bless us, everyone.
Thank you all very much for everything that you've done. In honor of our last night, Pastor Sue has asked us to sing with her one final song.
Silent Night.
We'll just do the first verse. So I think
That's all I pretty much know. That's okay.